Poppy Playtime chapter was released around a week ago after a very long time of waiting, almost 2 years, and let me say something, it definitely worth the waiting. It's probably one of the best things we have seen from the mascot horror game from a very long time. So in today's video, I'm gonna be analyzing each aspect that made Poppy Playtime chapter 3 a masterpiece. And if you are enjoying the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and without further delay, let's start. Chapter 3 is the third installment in Poppy Playtime series. The event picks up right after the events of Chapter 2. After quote unquote the betrayal of Poppy, now in this chapter you're not only tasked to escape, because now you team with Poppy, Kissy, and the new character Ollie to end Prototype and Catnap. Rebooting the game, a cutscene starts where Catnap strangely doesn't kill you instantly, but instead throw you in this area which looks like a dumpster and recycle area for the toys. And that's all you need to know as a context. Okay, starting with the Boba Fett in the room. Just like the previous chapters, the gameplay is quite similar, except that it's obviously improved by a ton. The game is still heavily relying on puzzles, which is not bad, and actually I think what they did is really cool. Some like the Power Connect puzzles are more complicated and advanced, making this chapter a bit more spicy to beat compared to the previous ones. It's not impossible though, just a little more difficult. And of course, solving puzzles needs your trusty grab packs, which hey, now we don't have one but two new hands, beside your standard blue and the green one from chapter 2. You also get the purple one that allows you to clear high jumps using these platforms that are scattered around some areas. The finger gun one shoots a flare that scares things. It's mainly used in the section with the mini smiling critters plushies. As well as I believe in Catnap boss fight, which hey, speaking of, unlike the previous chapters where the boss fight was a kind of a chase sequence, Catnap 1 is defending tower style, where you basically need to survive while charging the generator thingy with the batteries. You also need to fend off Catnap. Honestly, it's more than a welcome change. I can see them inventing even more unique stuff in the future. And the swinging mechanic isn't used much here, which is kind of a shame since I really enjoyed it. Okay, the visuals are also extremely improved from the moment you boot up the game, with this fancy looking home screen and an epic start cutscene. Yeah, everything here is much more refined if you know what I mean. And when it comes to the horror, like the previous chapters weren't even trying to be, but this one really picks itself up. Everything is eerie, dark, scary, it's just perfect. But the visuals are not the only source of horror here. No, it's our boy Catnap. This thing is scary. It would probably cause you nightmares, and I mean literally. The way they designed him with this giant empty smiley mouth and the glowing eyes really left him up. I feel like the reason he is terrifying is not just his awesome design, but also the way they used him. You see, specifically in Chapter 2, my biggest problem that I had with Mommy Longlegs is that we saw so much of her, which is not bad, but I feel in this kind of games just doesn't really work. We see so much of her to the point where we kinda just get used to it. But with Catnap, yes, they did great job with him. He just lurk around in the dark, sometimes you don't even notice him, due to how well he hides. This leaves you with that feeling where you think when he's gonna appear next, and it's probably the reason that makes him extremely creepy. Besides that, the game have some other really dark moments, like this dog day scene.
You, you're Pappy's angel. Come to save us. Nothing left to save. Not here. Nor at Catnap's home, Angel. Their home. A myriad pairs of eyes are on you now. Watching, waiting, hungry. They want nothing more than to crawl beneath your skin and eat away at you bit by little bit. Fill what feels empty inside themselves. That prototype is his god, and this is what he does to heretics. These little toys follow Catnap to avoid that very fate, and in return, they are fed. We try to fight it, the prototype's control. I am the last of the smiling critters. Listen to me. You need to get out of this place. You need to live. You and Poppy could fix this. End this madness. The torment. Oh no. Oh no. Leave me. Please. Just go. Run!
As you saw, he get possessed by the smiling critters plushies. It just caused me the chills, man. There's also the school section, which is one of the highlights for this game, due to the one and only Miss Delight. She is terrifying, and I mean it. The way she walks and on the player really makes her quite the scary one. Also, she may get her own video. If you want that, tell me in the comments, and smash the hell out of the like button. Anyway, back to the video. Overall, in the horror aspect, this chapter bangs, and you will definitely get scared, or at least get the chills in moments. Plus, the jump scares are really well made too. Oh boy, the lore. A small disclaimer, I'm not really good at this type of things, so I'ma try to share what I know. So you are playing as one of Playtime Co. old employees who is back here to save his co-workers after he got a message that tells him so. But the factory is not so abandoned, since a lot of monsters will go after you, like Huggy and Mommy Longlegs. In the end of chapter 2 and this chapter, it's implied that your co-workers are dead, since the hour of joy happened, which is basically all the toys around the factory going wild and kill everything in their way. And I believe it's the prototype that affected them to do this. Now, Poppy is against all the killing deals, so she decided to put an end to all of this, with our help and Kissy Missy too. I was always thinking if us, the player, knew about the whole deal with turning kids to toys, but throughout this chapter, we get reminded with our guilt constantly by stuff like this one VHS that plays before Nightmare Huggy chases you. So I guess our protagonist knew about that. Now, one of the many things that I still think about is who the hell is Ollie? If you don't know who he is, he basically helped us throughout our journey, similar to Glamrock Freddy, and his voice sounds like Gregory for some reason. Anyway, I feel he was a very random character to be introduced, so I thought he maybe will have a twist in the end of this chapter with the reveal that he were an enemy, but all my thoughts were gone once Poppy says that he is on our side, so I guess he is good. Also, one thing that breaks my brain cells, if Ollie is a kid that survives the hour of joy, how is he still alive? Because I'm sure he spent a long time here. Unless there's the water and food, I don't know. It's just kinda wild if you think about it. Also, one thing I hope we get more about is Elliot Ludwig backstory. Like, we don't really get much about his motives or even why is he doing all of this. I mean, based on what we have, he just wanna make advanced toys and that's it. And for the prototype, he didn't really get much either, but maybe Mob Games just want to keep him mysterious as possible until he gets his own chapter, which I'm really sure will be the last one. Now, for my speculation about chapter 4, I don't really know. I mean, I think we for sure gonna know more about Ollie and prototype. Maybe even the next one will be the last, unless they decide to drag the story, then that's that. And yeah, that's it for the story section. For conclusion, I think Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 really turned the series to the better. It have everything that you could ask for in horror game. Scary atmosphere, environments, monsters, everything. It also added new things to the lore such as the reveal of the whole Hour of Joy deal, which is really awesome. Now for Chapter 4, again, I don't know, but looking at the development state between Chapter 2 and 3 and how it took 2 years, honestly, it would probably take a while too. I hope they keep with the good quality that Chapter 3 introduced, and if mob games need time, please take what you need, because what matters is the final product quality. And yeah, we've reached the end of this video. Next, I'm probably gonna do some characters analyzing videos from this chapter. If you want that, again, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider a subscribe and a like. And see you guys next time. Stay safe, y'all.